Good morning and shalom. Today we're going to be reading 1 Samuel chapter 9. And there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, son of Abriel, son of Zahor, son of Bechorath, son of Phinehas, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Shaul, young and handsome, and there was not a more handsome man than he among the children of Yashrael, taller than any of the people by the shoulders and upwards. And the donkeys of Kish, father of Shaul, were lost. And Kish said to his son Shaul, "Please take one of the servants with you, and arise, go seek the donkeys." And he passed through the mountains of Ephraim and through the land of Shalishah, but they did not find them. Then they passed through the land of Shalahim, but they were not. Then he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they did not find them. They came to the land of Suf, and Shaul said to his servant who was with him, "Come, let us turn back, lest my father forget about the donkeys and become worried about us." And he said to him, "See, there is in the city a man of Yahu'ah, and the man is esteemed. All that he says comes true, without fail. Now let us go there. It could be that he shows us the way to go." And Shaul said to his servant, "But look, if we go, what do we bring the man? For the bread in our bags is all gone, and there is no present to bring to the man of Yahu'ah. What do we have?" And the servant answered Shaul again and said, "Look, I have here at hand 1/4 of a shekel of silver, and I shall give that to the man of Yahu'ah, and he shall make known to us our way." Formerly in Yashrael, when a man went to inquire of Yahu'ah, he spoke thus: "Come, let us go to the seer." And for the Nabi of today was formerly called a seer. And Shaul said to his servant, "Your word is good. Come, let us go." And they went to the city where the man of Yahu'ah was. And they went up the hill to the city. They met some young woman going out to draw water, and said to them, "Is the seer here?" And they answered them and said, "He is. Look ahead of you. Hurry now, for he came to this city today. For the people have an offering on the high place today. As you come into the city, you are going to find him before he goes up to the high place to eat. For the people do not eat until he comes, for he barak the slaughtering. Afterward, they who are invited eat. Now go up, for you should find him about this time." And they went up to the city. They were coming into the midst of the city, and saw Samuel coming out toward them to go up to the high place. And Yahu'ah had revealed to Samuel in his ear the day before Shaul came, saying, "At this time tomorrow I shall send you a man from the land of Benjamin, and you shall anoint him leader over my people Yashrael, and he shall save my people from the hand of the Pelishites. For I have seen my people, because their cries have come to me." And when Samuel saw Shaul, Yahu'ah said to him, "See the man of whom I spoke to you. Let this one govern my people." And Shaul drew near to Samuel in the gate and said, "Please inform me, where is the house of the seer?" And Samuel answered Shaul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me to the high place, for you shall eat with me today, and tomorrow I shall let you go and make known to you all that is in your heart. As for your donkeys that were lost 3 days ago, do not lay your heart on them, for they have been found, and on whom is all the desire of Yashrael. It is not on you and on all your father's house? And Shaul answered and said, Am I not a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes, excuse me, of Benjamite, of Yashrael, and my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin? Why then do you speak like this to me? And Samuel took Shaul and his servant and brought them into the hall and gave to them a place at the head of those who were invited. And they were about 30 men. And Samuel said to the cook, Bring the portion which I gave you, of which I told you to put aside. And the cook brought out the thigh with its upper part and put it before Shaul. And Samuel said, See what has kept back, it was put aside for you. Eat, for it has been kept for you for this appointed time, saying, I have invited the people. And Shaul ate with Samuel on that day. And they came down from the high place into the city, and Samuel spoke with Shaul on the roof. And they rose early, and it came to be about the dawning of the day that Samuel called to Shaul on the roof, saying, Rise, so that I send you on your way. And Shaul rose, and both of them went outside, he and Samuel. And they were walking toward the edge of the city. Samuel said to Shaul, Say to the servant to go ahead of us. And he went on, But you stand here a moment, so that I let you hear the word of Yahu'ah. Chapter 10. After Samuel took a flask of oil and poured it on his head and kissed him and said, Is it not because Yahu'ah has anointed you leader over his inheritance? When you leave me today, you shall find 2 men by Rahel's tomb in the border of Benjamin at Selsah, and they shall say to you, The donkeys which you went to look for have been found. And see, your father has left the matters of the donkeys and is worrying about you, saying, What shall I do for my son? And you shall pass on from there and beyond, and shall come to the terebinth tree of Tabor. And 3 men going up to Yahu'ah at Beth El shall find you there, one bearing 3 young goats, another bearing 3 loaves of bread, and another bearing a skin of wine. And they shall greet you and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you shall accept from their hand. After that, go to the hill of Yahu'ah, where the Pelishite watch post is. And it shall be, when you have come there to the city, that you shall meet a group of Nebiim coming down from the high place with a stringed instrument, and a tambourine, and a flute, and a lyre before them, and they nabah. And the Ruah of Yahu'ah shall come upon you, and you shall nabah with them, and be turned into another man. And it shall be, when these signs come to you, do for yourself as your hand finds to do, for Yahu'ah is with you. And you shall go down before me to Gilgal, and see, I am coming down to you to slaughter burnt offerings and make peace offerings. Wait 7 days till I come to you. Then I shall make known to you what you should do. And it came to be, when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, that Yahu'ah gave him another heart. And all those signs came on that day. And they came there to the hill, and saw a group of Nebiim to meet him, And the Ruah of Yahu'ah came upon him, and he Nabu in their midst. And it came to be, all who knew him formerly looked and saw that he Nabu among the Neburim. So the people said to each other, What is this that has come upon the son of Kish? Is Shaul also among the Nebiim? And a man there answered and said, And who is their father? That is why it became a proverb. Is Shaul also among the Nebiim? And when he stopped Nabah, he went to the high place. And the uncle of Shaul asked him and his servant, Where did you go? And he said, To look for the donkeys. And when we saw that they were nowhere to be found, we went to Samuel. And the uncle of Shaul said, Please inform me what Samuel said to you. And Shaul said to his uncle, He informed us plainly that the donkeys had been found. But he did not disclose to him about the matter of the rain and what Samuel had said. And Samuel called the people together, Yahu'ah, at Mishpah, and said to the children of Yashrael, Thus said Yahu'ah, the Yahu'ah of Yashrael, I have brought Yashrael up out of Mishraim, and delivered you from the hand of the Mishrites, and from the hand of all the rains, and from those who oppressed you. And today you have rejected your Yahu'ah, who himself saved you out of all the evils, your evils and your distresses. And you have said to him, No, but appoint a sovereign over us. And now present yourselves before Yahu'ah by your tribes and by your clans. And Samuel brought near all the tribes of Yashrael, and the tribe of Benjamin was taken. Then he brought near the tribe of Benjamin by their clans, and the clan of Matre was taken, and Shaul, son of Kish, was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. And they asked again of Yahu'ah, Has the man come here yet? And Yahu'ah answered, See, he has hidden by the baggage. And they ran and brought him from there, and he stood in the midst of the people, and he was taller than any of the people, from his shoulders and upwards. And Samuel said to all the people, Do you see him whom Yahu'ah has chosen, that there is no one like him among all the people? And all the people shouted and said, Let the sovereign live. And Samuel declared to the people the rulings of the reign, and wrote it in a book, and placed it before Yahu'ah. And Samuel sent all the people away, each to his house. And Shaul went to his house too, to Geba. And with him went brave men whose hearts Yahu'ah had touched. But the sons of Beelial said, What? Does this one save us? And they despised him, and brought him no presents. But he kept silent. Chapter 11. And Nahash the Amorite came up and camped against Yabesh Gilad. And all the men of Yabesh said to Nahash, Make a covenant with us, and we shall serve you. Then Nahash the Amorite answered them, For this I make a covenant with you, that I dig out all your right eyes, and I shall bring reproach on all Yashrael. And all the elders of Yabesh said to him, Leave us alone for 7 days, so that we send messengers to all the borders of Yashrael. And then, if there is no one to save us, we shall come out to you. And the messengers came to Geba of Shaul, and spoke the words in the hearing of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And look, Shaul was coming behind the herd from the field. And Shaul said, Why are the people weeping? And they related to him the words of the men of Yabesh. And the Ruah of Yahu'ah came upon Shaul mightily, And he heard these words, and his displeasure burned greatly. And he took a yoke of cattle and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the border of Yashrael by the hands of messengers, saying, Whoever does not go out with Shaul and Samuel to battle, let this be done to his cattle. And the reverence of Yahu'ah fell on the people, and they came out as one man. And he mustered them in Bezek, and the children of Yashrael were 300,000, and the men of Yehudah 30,000. And they said to the messengers who came, Say this to the men of Yabesh Gilead, tomorrow by the time the sun is hot, you shall have help. Then the messengers came and informed the men of Yabesh, and they rejoiced. So the men of Yabesh said, Tomorrow we come out to you, and you shall do to us whatever seems good to you. And it came to be on the next day that Shaul put the people in 3 companies. And they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and smote Ammon until the heat of the day. And it came to be that those left were scattered, so that no 2 of them were left together. And the people said to Samuel, who said, Shall Shaul reign over us? Bring the men so that we put them to death. But Shaul said, No man is to put to death this day, for Yahu'ah has wrought deliverance in Yashrael. And Samuel said to the people, Come and let us go to Gilgal and renew the reign there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and there they appointed Shaul to reign before Yahu'ah in Gilgal. And there they made slaughterings of peace offerings before Yahu'ah, and there Shaul rejoiced, and all the men of Yashrael very greatly. Chapter 12. And Samuel said to all Yashrael, Look, I have listened to your voice in all that you said to me, and have appointed a sovereign over you. And now look, the sovereign is walking before you, and I am old and gray, and look, my sons are with you, and I have walked before you from my youth to this day. Look, here I am, witness against me before Yahu'ah, before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken, or whose donkey have I taken? Or whom have I oppressed? Whom have I abused, or from whose hand have I received any bribe, and with which to blind my eyes? Then I restore it to you. And they said, You have not oppressed us or abused us, nor have you taken any from anyone's hand. So he said to them, Yahu'ah is witness against you, for his anointed is witness today that he found naught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Samuel said to the people, It is Yahu'ah who appointed Masha and Aaron, and who brought your fathers up from the land of Mizraim. And now stand still, so that I judge you before Yahu'ah concerning all the righteous acts of Yahu'ah which he did to you and your fathers. When Jacob had come to Mizraim, and your fathers cried out to Yahu'ah, then Yahu'ah sent Masha and Aaron, who brought your fathers out of Mizraim and made them dwell in this place. But they forgot Yahu'ah their Elohah, so he sold them into the hands of Sisera, commander of the army of Hasor, and into the hand of the Peshalites, and into the hand of the sovereign of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried out to Yahu'ah and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken Yahu'ah, and served the Baals and Ashtaroth. And now deliver us from the hand of our enemies, and we serve you. And Yahu'ah sent Yerubbabel and Bedan and Yiftah and Samuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies round about, and you dwelt in safety. And when you saw that Nahash, sovereign of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said to me, No, but let a sovereign reign over us, when Yahu'ah your Elohah was your sovereign. And now here is the sovereign whom you have chosen, and whom you have asked. And see, Yahu'ah has appointed a sovereign over you. If you revere Yahu'ah and shall serve him and obey his voice, and not rebel against the command of Yahu'ah, then both you and the sovereign who reigns over you shall follow Yahu'ah your Elohah. But if you do not obey the voice of Yahu'ah and shall rebel against the command of Yahu'ah, then the hand of Yahu'ah shall be against you, as it was against your fathers. And now stand and see this great matter which Yahu'ah does before your eyes. Is today not the wheat harvest? Let me call to Yahu'ah so that he sends thunder and rain. Know then and see that your evil is great, which you have done in the eyes of Yahu'ah, in asking for yourselves a sovereign. And Samuel called to Yahu'ah, and Yahu'ah sent thunder and rain that day. And all the people greatly revered Yahu'ah in Samuel. And all the people said to Samuel, Pray for your servants to Yahu'ah your Elohah, that we do not die. And we have added to all our sins by doing evil in asking for ourselves a sovereign. And Samuel said to the people, Do not fear, you have done all this evil. Only do not turn aside from following Yahu'ah, and you shall serve Yahu'ah with all your heart. And do not turn aside after worthlessness which does not profit or deliver, for they are worthless. For Yahu'ah should not cast away his people for his great name's sake, seeing it has pleased Yahu'ah to make you his people. Also, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against Yahu'ah in ceasing to pray for you, but I shall teach you the good and straight way. Only revere Yahu'ah, and you shall serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider what marvels he has done before you. But if you persist in doing evil, both you and your sovereign are consumed.